Alright, so I just came back from Japan. It's literally the morning of the next day because I arrived at night, and I just want to quickly show off what I got because I know that was the highlight of last year's trip as well. So I'm going to start off with some of the more smaller things. First off, in Pokemon Center, I got these damage counters. I do play Pokemon TCG as I've mentioned in the previous video, so these are just damage counters. I could have gotten more actually because this is just like one pack, but I'll be back in Japan in 6 weeks, so you know, but I won't be buying as much there next time. So there was these little acrylic counters, and then some Macross Delta stuff, mostly just Mirage stuff. So there's this little kind of mini figure with a stand here that I got from like from one of the Emi shops, and then there's this acrylic keychain, and then one of this more like rubber keychain. Also the sun's like kind of shining up and down, so like at some points it'll be a bit brighter, some points it'll be less bright. So yeah, this is some of the Macross Delta stuff. I didn't get as much as I got last year, obviously. There was a Mikumo figure I kind of wanted, but I didn't get it. Instead, I did get this, like, it's basically like a Nendoroid. I think I can quickly open up the plastic packaging so you guys can see the figure better. Yeah, so here you can see it's basically a Mikumo Nendoroid, so I'll unbox it and put it on display later, so you'll see it in the background of some videos. But there was a Freya one too, but I already have a Freya figure, so I was like, you know, I'll just get a Mikumo. I don't have anything for her yet, and then, you know, best girl gets, you know, best girl amount of merch. So that's pretty much it, I think, for the Macross Delta stuff. And then, as always, I looked for a lot of Gurren Lagann stuff, and I could barely find anything because for some reason it's very hard. But I did find this very cool thing, which is like this kind of like figure of Gurren Lagann and Giga Drill, and kind of like with this, like, you have to add all these effects yourself, obviously, but it has like the wind effect and the gunman being swept away. So it's a very, very cool thing. So you can kind of, it's kind of hard with the sun right now, but you can see there Gurren Lagann is in all his glory. So it's a very, very cool. It's quite small. It was really cheap as well, so I just picked this up in Osaka, and it's very, very awesome. So I'm looking forward to adding this to my case as well. A little bit of Persona 5 stuff. It's still pretty new, so there's not that much. Like, so I got this one Makoto acrylic made kind of thing, and then I got another acrylic stand of Makoto and her Persona. So these are just like acrylic stands. I'll just put them up somewhere, but I kind of did want them. I almost ordered them online, and then I saw them physically, so I was like, alright, I'll just pick them up physically then. So that's it for Persona 5 stuff. Like, there isn't much merch yet because it's still pretty fresh new installment, so there probably will be more, you know, down the line, maybe while well, there will be more stuff coming out while I'm living there from September to February, like the Joker figure and whatnot, so I'll see if I pick that up or not. But that's it for the Persona stuff. God, the sun is really being my enemy right now. It's like shining directly on just one part. But I got one Gashat. I do watch X8, but I'm not super hyper into Kamen Rider, so I just picked up one. The gamer driver is so expensive, so I didn't want to mess with that. This is also the cheaper version, so it doesn't have the like visual effects, just... Yeah, so I picked up Gekitotsu Robots just because it's Gekitotsu Robots. So it's pretty cool. You know, looks nice, and I felt like it was necessary for me to have at least one Gashat, so I did pick it up, you know, just for the sake of it. And it's pretty cool, fun to spin as well, and you know. Gekitotsu Punchy, Gekitotsu Robots. Yeah, so I picked one up, and yeah, that's about all the X8 stuff that I got. I considered getting more a lot, but like I either didn't find what I wanted, or it was just a bit too expensive. So that's all for the X8 stuff. And then other Pokemon Center stuff, they gave me this little postcard, just like, you know, as part of a thing that I bought. And then what I also bought was this Rotom-Dex plush. There was obviously a lot of stuff there. I think I filmed with camera a bit, but I think I mostly filmed with phone. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get something more unique, and the Rotom-Dex felt pretty unique, so I got that. And then the last thing that I got there was the this like Lucamine set of deck box and sleeves, and I think there's a divider in the deck box as well. So Lucamine is a pretty top tier MILF, you know, so might as well. So that's that for the Pokemon Center. And then from Fate Shit, I just got this one Tamamo figure. There was one more that I was looking for the longest time. It's way more expensive. This is from Arcade, but I only found it in Amy or Ami like right before leaving, and I didn't have any more luggage space. And I got this like in the first week, so it's gonna be less quality, but I did want a Tamamo figure for the longest time, so I just caved in and bought this for much cheaper, but it got a bit dented in the or on the flight because it's a huge box. So yeah, I got this Tamamo, haven't unboxed it yet, but I'll probably do and just put it up on display and you guys will see it in the background on some videos. And then for Beyblade, I managed, well, my friend Ken G got for me Legend Spriggan and Drain Fafnir, so DF. These will be opened up on separate videos. The boxes did get kind of dented, especially the Drain Fafnir during transit, you know, because they were in my luggage after all. So these are both pretty unique Beyblades, and I'm looking forward to opening them up. So they're quite cool, and so yeah, you can expect these to be opened up in more detail in future videos. And then I got one Crazy Diamond for myself, and then another one is a present for Mr. Trading Sage. So these are from the meme shop. I was trying to find other JoJo stuff. I personally just wanted Crazy Diamond, but he wanted Dio and the World and stuff like that. But I just couldn't find them, or like they were way too expensive. Like I also wanted Kira and Killer Queen, but they were also like the original prints of them were so expensive, so I just kind of gave up on that. But yeah, so I got Crazy Diamond, also pretty good and fits since, you know, I am a DP player, so it does make sense. Some other presents for Mr. Gunther as Cancer. I got this Haikyuu, well, Hinata Nendoroid. He's really into Haikyuu, and so am I, honestly. But yeah, so I got this, and it was one of the last few available ones too. So yeah, big boy Hinata. And then for Dawei / Amber-sama, I got this NX Edge style EVA 02. So I think it looks pretty cool. It has like the bowl as well. So it's overall pretty fancy. So this is gonna be, yeah, his kind of souvenir from Japan for now. But you know, it's like I bought so much stuff, but I'm going back there in September anyway, so it's kind of strange. But yeah, these are all just basically presents for friends. And now quickly going into the card game department. First off, I got this deck box of Selena and Yuzu, or Serena, and then inside here are some sleeves. So while I was in the BCF in Sendai, I got some of the sleeves that were being sold there. So these are the Fukuhara ones, and then there's the Stargate sleeves, which I always wanted. And then in one shop, I got these Blue Angel sleeves. They're mini size. I did check, so they're quite nice. I do like Blue Angel. She's pretty good waifu. So yeah, these are just some sleeves I got for myself, as well as this deck box. And another fairly major thing is that I got myself a whole Dimensional Robo deck. So Can You Say G secured this for me. Here's the Japanese Gavrail that I bought just as a keepsake. And then here's a winner's card that I got on my last day. I won a locals in a bar in Shibuya. So that was quite nice. So I did win with Dimensional Robos. So yeah, I now have Dimensional Robos in Japanese. So this is just the deck, and you know, G-Zone. I'll probably do an updated deck profile because like I feel like there's some things I need to talk about with the after the Fighters Collection and how this lives up to the meta and whatnot. So yeah, I finally have this deck in Japanese because I will be living in Japan for half a year, so it does make sense that I own it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using this a lot more in Japan, obviously, and it's gonna be my only deck because there's no point building more than that while I'm in Japan because I'm only there for half a year. So there's that. And finally, some more random cards, really. There's a bunch of sleeves and stuff, and it's just random stuff. And this deck box isn't important either. So here's like from a random foil critical pack, a random foil crit. This is just a random packs results, nothing too special. I got two Gekkan Bushirodos, and so I have the very good Chocho promo twice, and then this Nubatama promo, as well as this Luck and Logic promo. It's nothing too special. Honestly, the only special part of this whole thing is the Chocho promo, and she's really expensive in Japan as well. It quite surprised me. So there's that. And then some other Vanguard stuff. This is for a friend. He could collect Mikas, so he gets a Japanese Mika. I got a lot of these BCF exclusive Conros. I gave away most of them to Can You Say G, but I kept one for myself and one for a friend, because, you know, it's a cool keepsake. And then here just spares SPX Tiger and like spares from my Dimensional Robos. So these are legit just Dimensional Robo spares. And then these are just some random Japanese cards. So these are some GB8s, and you know, with a nice stride back. So these I think I'll just give them away in the fuck as, you know, part of the lucky draw. But I didn't put that in the lucky draw picture. But you know, it's just gonna be part of that. So these are just some Japanese GB8s, some of the more cheaper ones. Here's a Melem winner promo, also probably gonna give away in the fuck. Here's a couple Daigos and Blaster Keroro, Blaster Keroro Azel. Here's Man, And then that's pretty much it for Vanguard stuff. And then for Cypher, 3 signed Celicas. I have 1 more coming in the mail, so I will have a whole playset of signed Celicas. 2 more Clairs that I was missing. Randomly picked up a Mita by accident. 2 Delphias I was missing, so that's for me. And then this is for a friend. And then I don't play Sengoku Tyson, but Amber-sama does, so I picked up some cards that he asked me to pick up, basically. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the card game stuff. God, the sun is really annoying me, and I really have to upload this, well, record this in the morning, because I need to clean everything up and put everything aside so that my room isn't a mess anymore. So that's it for the card game goods, I think. And that actually should be more or less it. Obviously, I have a lot of prizes for the fuck that you guys should have already seen by now, so I'm not going to show them off now, because then it's just a waste of time, because you guys have already seen them. Thank you very much to both Kenyu and Tabasa on Twitter for donating a lot of the prizes for the lucky draw, as well as the tournament itself. So it's like, I got all the stuff in Japan, so it's going to be all up for grabs. I should be uploading this before, the fuck, normally if my schedule doesn't go to hell. But yeah, so this was all that I got in Japan. You know, some very nice stuff. Honestly, I'm very happy. This is such a small thing, it was so cheap, but I'm so happy about this Gurren Lagann thing. It's just so pretty. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got in Japan. I'm gonna go start cleaning up now and close this video out. So look forward to more uploads, look forward to more Japan stuff, because I'll be back there in September to study for half a year. And then, like, you guys know the drill, I already told you guys before. So that's gonna be pretty much for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.